Delhi police raids homes of several NewsClick journalists over alleged Chinese funding, UAPS sections and Terrorist Act invoked. Enforcement Directorate sources say foreign funds were infused deceptively into NewsClick. Prime Minister Narendra Modi drops a big bombshell in state of war. Telangana says K. Chandrasekhar Rao met him in Delhi and asked him to let BRS join the NDA. Claims he rejected KCR's demand.
कि हैदराबाद के चुनाव के बाद वो दिल्ली मुझे मिलने आए, बहुत मुझे आदर किया और इतना प्यार दिखाया, ये केसीआर के कैरेक्टर में ही नहीं है।
Prime Minister Narendra Modi's big caste counter in poll-bound Chhattisgarh and Telangana says the Congress is only trying to divide Hindus. Maharashtra hospital tragedy unravels. 31 deaths, including 15 infants, dead in just 36 hours in the Nanded hospital. Shortage of medicines in hospitals blamed for these deaths. Big revelation in the Delhi terror module bus. Mumbai Shabad House and the Sri Ram temple at Ayodhya were on the terror target. Nabbed ISIS terrorist Mohammad Shahnawaz led terror training camps. Most wanted Khalistani terrorist Paramjeet Singh Pamma goes on a hate rant in London, insults the tricolour, dares the British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak to drink cow urine. The Bihar Caste Census survey report has set the ball rolling for the opposition to demand a nationwide caste census survey. Prime Minister Narendra Modi hit out at the Congress today, claiming that the party is demanding a caste census to divide Hindus. We bring you our top story for 7 at 7.
As the caste census storm rages on, the Prime Minister has launched a fierce attack.
कल से कांग्रेस ने एक अलग लाप आरोपना शुरू कर दिया है। ये कांग्रेस के नेता कहते हैं जितनी आबादी उतना हक। मैं कहता हूं इस देश में अगर सबसे बड़ी कोई आबादी है तो वो आबादी गरीब है और इसलिए मेरे लिए गरीब ही सबसे बड़ी आबादी है और गरीब का कल्याण यही मेरा मकसद है।
In poll-bound Chhattisgarh, Prime Minister Modi hit out at the Congress, accusing it of trying to divide Hindus.
कांग्रेस किसी भी कीमत पर देश के हिंदुओं को बांटकर भारत को तबाह कर देना चाहती है। कांग्रेस गरीबों को बांटना चाहती है। पूर्व प्रधानमंत्री मनमोहन सिंह जी क्या सोच रहे होंगे? भारत के पूर्व प्रधानमंत्री मनमोहन सिंह जी तो कहा करते थे कि देश के संसाधनों पर पहला हक माइनॉरिटी का है, अल्पसंख्यकों का है और उसमें भी मुसलमानों का है। अब कांग्रेस कह रही है कि आबादी तय करेगी कि पहला हक किसका होगा। यानी क्या अब अल्पसंख्यकों का हक कांग्रेस कम करना चाहती है क्या? और आबादी के ही हिसाब से ही अब तय होने वाला है तो पहला हक किसका होगा भाई? किसका होगा? आबादी किसकी ज्यादा है? किसका हक होगा? जरा कांग्रेस वाले स्पष्टता करें। क्या आबादी के हिसाब से हक मिलेगा क्या? तो क्या अल्पसंख्यकों को कांग्रेस हटाना चाहती है क्या? तो क्या सबसे बड़ी आबादी वाले हिंदू अब आगे बढ़कर अपने सारे हक ले लें क्या?
The Prime Minister's caste counter comes a day after Bihar released its caste survey, which revealed that OBCs, an extremely backward caste, make 63% of the state's population. The opposition India bloc is now demanding a nationwide caste census.
जात में है जनगणना एक दाखला जाति में लोग पिछले जाति के कोण इथं लोकांना कळून द्या आणि ते चित्र पुढे ठेवल्याच्या नंतर जो सगळ्यात दुर्बळ आहे त्याच्यासाठी या देशाची राज्याची सत्ता आणि शक्ती वापरची परिस्थिती करा आज याची खऱ्या अर्थाने आवश्यकता आहे.
जाति जनगणना के आंकड़े बिहार ने देखे केंद्र सरकार को आईना दिखा दिया है कि जब एक राज्य की सरकार सीमित संसाधनों से कर सकती है तो केंद्र की सरकार क्यों नहीं करना चाहती. केंद्र की सरकार केवल एक परसेप्शन बना के कभी पिछड़ों को अति पिछड़ों से लड़ाना, कभी दलित को पिछड़े से लड़ाना, कभी अगले को पिछड़े से लड़ाना, कभी हिंदू से मुसलमान को लड़ाना, इस भ्रम जाल में जनता को क्यों फंसाए रखना चाहते हैं.
आपस में कॉन्ट्राडिक्टरी इनके है ना, यही कारण पूरा देश पूरा प्रदेश भुगत रहा है कि पूरे देश के अंदर आप उठाकर देखिए बंटवारे की स्थिति और पूरे प्रदेश के अंदर आप उठाकर देखेंगे कानून व्यवस्था ध्वस्त हो जाएगी.
It is clear that caste will count on the road to 2024, and both the BJP and the opposition are looking to build the backward bastion.
Sources have told India Today that the BJP will be launching an aggressive counter to the opposition's caste census demand. Suggestions made in the Justice Rohini Committee report on the subcategorization of OBCs could be implemented, and the BJP will be banking heavily on the plank of Hindutva.
The Mandal versus Kamandal politics is back. The Bihar caste survey has added a new dimension to India's identity politics. With Polami Saha in Delhi, Bureau Report, India Today.
And for more on the story, I quickly want to cut across to my colleague Preeti Choudhry. Preeti, you heard the Prime Minister's attack on the Congress party, but even within the Congress party, you have Abhishek Manu Singhvi, who differs with Rahul Gandhi and asks that will jitni abadi utna hak not lead to majoritarianism? Preeti, over to you.
Well, Gaurav, it's not just within the Congress party. If you look at the India Alliance per se, it's not all parties will be on board. While it could help certain political parties which come in from the Hindi heartland, where you look at maybe a Samajwadi party, you look at a JDU, you look at an RJD. But let's say for a political outfit like the TMC, it really doesn't augur well to look at a caste census, because then of all, how they've been able to pull in where West Bengal is concerned, they're going to start ceding ground to the BJP if there is a caste census. So, all where the India dynamic is concerned, all not in where the caste census comes into play. But yes, the larger Hindi heartland states, namely if you look at an Uttar Pradesh primarily, you look at a Bihar, these are states where the caste census politics could change the implications of what politics could mean in that area. But, many would suggest that this will open up Pandora's box. But on the other hand, all our policies, all our reservations right now are built on the basis, one can keep going on and suggest that we don't need a caste census in this country, that in 2023 we are still talking about reservation. But having said that, all our policies, all our reservations have been built on the tenets or the metrics of caste. So maybe it is time that we know exactly where each caste or a community stands, to get a better understanding of our own demography, especially when, looks at policy reform or reservation. I want to cut across immediately right now. My colleague Polami Saha joining us live. Polami, very interesting, because the Prime Minister today jumping into the entire caste census politics. The sheer fact that, the BJP would have needed to answer, the Prime Minister did. He wants to turn it around, like the BJP wants to turn it around into the socio-economic section of the society, and not what the Prime Minister said, divide India on the lines of caste.
That's right. The Prime Minister, in fact, has given the signal to the Bharatiya Janata Party as to how they would be going out and aggressively countering this caste census demand, which has come from the opposition India alliance. The Prime Minister, of course, hit out very hard at the opposition. Of course, he did not specifically refer to Bihar and the caste census and the figures that were released by Bihar in that report yesterday by the government of Bihar. But he did, of course, speak about how caste is being used in a way by the opposition to divide the country. And the BJP, of course, is looking at just, the poor of the country and is concentrated on ensuring that the economic benefits of the various central schemes and the various state schemes reach them. And that is what the BJP is focused on. So he tried to warn everyone against this caste politics, which he says allegedly is being played by the opposition. And that is how the BJP, of course, will be countering the opposition's campaign, which is a demand for a caste census all over. Of course, Rahul Gandhi saying release the data from the last caste census as well. It will be interesting to see because a section of the BJP is already thinking about releasing, the suggestions and the details of the data which has been shared as part of the Justice Rohini Committee report. It is a 1,000-page report which basically focuses on the subcategorization of OBCs as to how do you, basically allocate more in terms of the 27% quota as far as OBCs are concerned. So it's divided into two parts as to how do you allocate more, and also about, further subcategorization as far as the various OBCs across the country are concerned, which goes upwards of 2,500.
All right, Poulomi, we're going to continue to come back to you for the very latest on that story. But what is really interesting in all of this is because at one end you'll have the Prime Minister who's answered because it had caught the BJP in a catch-22 of sorts, the BJP pulling away from the caste census where the OBC, denomination or the demograph is concerned, and talking more about the economically weaker sections of society, and it's that section that he would want to benefit. But on the contrary, of course, where the Congress comes into question, lots of issues being raised, especially when it comes down to what some would suggest is hypocrisy of the party. Because in Karnataka, if you look at it, viewers, you have the Congress where 2015, there was a census which was done under the Chief Minister, Mr. Siddaramaiah, and the figures of that have never been made public. So therefore, the local BJP unit right now suggesting to make those figures public where the Congress comes into question. Because the Congress, even in 2011, where the caste census was done, had given out numbers, where the census was concerned, but had withheld the demograph where the OBC was concerned. Many suggest that it wasn't a survey which was done well. Some suggest that the Congress didn't reveal the numbers. The Congress till very late, very recently wasn't in favor of going ahead with reservation on the basis of caste or OBC reservation. And some would suggest it's a political turn of events for the Congress, and they're going to try and milk the situation. So all of that, but let's listen in to all the reactions coming in from Karnataka.
We had to finalize the report. Data is final. Report is to be finalized. Since there was no signature, as you said, there was no signature from the member secretary. We have to go through the previous report and data and finalize the report.
So was there any kind of pressure from the government not to release this?
No, not at all. No.
Whether any kind of pressure that you have to keep it not to release this?
No, not at all. Once we finalize it, we'll submit it to the government.
But when that will happen, sir? When it will be released technically?
A month's time, maybe before end of November, our term ends. Before that, we want to submit it to the government.
Hypocrisy is the second name of Congress, is something that the people of the country have understood not today, but from the pre-independence days. There is nothing much that I would want to add on this. Let the Congress party at least now start walking the talk. Siddaramaiah's government in 2014, they constituted the census committee, caste census committee, They have already spent more than 180 crores. Even now, they have not released the original document what they have given as submitted by that committee. Siddaramaiah openly promised that if he come to power, he will going to announce it. Then he has to take the decision.
All right, so that's Karnataka. Let's take you right now to Telangana. The Prime Minister on a whirlwind campaign coming in on the eve of the 5 states going into elections by year end. But the Prime Minister was in Telangana and he dropped a bombshell. Well, the Prime Minister said in 2020, it was KCR at that point of time, the leader of the BRS, who wanted to join the Bharatiya Janata Party, and it was the BJP that did not pay heed to it. Huge political development with that claim of the Prime Minister.
शत प्रतिशत सच्चाई बताने आया हूं मैं आज। जब हैदराबाद म्युनिसिपल कॉरपोरेशन का इलेक्शन हुआ, भारतीय जनता पार्टी 40-45 सीटें जीत करके आ गई। 48 किसी को बहुमत नहीं मिला। केसीआर को सपोर्ट की जरूरत थी और आपने देखा होगा हैदराबाद कॉरपोरेशन के चुनाव के पहले वो एयरपोर्ट पे पूरी फौज लेकर के मेरा स्वागत करने के लिए आते थे, बढ़िया बढ़िया माला पहनाते थे, बहुत सम्मान करते थे, याद है ना? फिर क्या हुआ भाई, अचानक बंद हो गए। अचानक इतना गुस्सा क्यों निकल रहा है? इसका कारण यह है कि हैदराबाद के चुनाव के बाद, ये भी तारीख चेक कर ले मीडिया वाले, वो दिल्ली मुझे मिलने आए, बहुत बढ़िया मुझे शाल उड़ाई, बहुत मुझे आदर किया और इतना प्यार दिखाया, ये केसीआर के कैरेक्टर में ही नहीं है। और फिर मुझे कहने लगे कि आपके नेतृत्व में देश प्रगति कर रहा है, हम भी एनडीए का हिस्सा बनना चाहते हैं, आप हमें एनडीए में शामिल कर दीजिए।
He has lied that we wanted to join NDA. Time and again BRS has defeated Modi ji. But today, no one trusts Mr. Narendra Modi. Next time any chief minister has to visit Prime Minister Modi to represent their state issues, maybe a chief minister should have a camera with him. Otherwise, Modi can go to any extent and lie that it had political vested interest, which was not.
All right, so that has led the cat within the pigeons where the state of Telangana is concerned, all set to go to election soon. But cutting across to colleague Abdul Bashir, who's joining us live. Abdul, you know, the sheer fact that the Prime Minister said that it was KCR who wanted to be part of the NDA, join the NDA alliance. However, the BRS says that's a figment of the Prime Minister's imagination. But away from that, what could be the political implication of this statement? Will it help Congress in the state of Telangana?
See, right now the political situation that we see in Telangana is that three parties, be it BRS, Congress and BJP, are running along for the first place. And this bombshell that PM Modi has dropped today is going to make a huge impact on the Telangana politics, as we have seen that KCR earlier had been lashing out at the central BJP government, stating that there were no funds provided and there is, they are not proper behavior that the center had been maintaining towards the state. But today PM Modi has revealed an instance where KCR had, after the GHMC elections, approached Prime Minister Narendra Modi. That is, when the GHMC elections, in which KCR's party, the then TRS, had bagged 56 seats and ran short of majority. So this is when the BJP had bagged 48 seats in the GHMC polls, and the majority mark was 76. So during this time is when KCR had visited Delhi, and twice he had approached Prime Minister Narendra Modi, is what he said, and he had requested that the BRS
supporting its claim. PM Modi has also said, commented on the behavior of KCR.
Okay.
As we've seen that earlier when PM Modi...
Abdul Bashir, we are having a bit of a problem with your audio link. We're going to correct it, Abdul. Appreciate you joining us, but thank you. We're going to try and correct that audio line. But also, will the Congress now use it to say that this is the team B of the BJP in any case? They always wanted to go with the BJP. Well, trust that there will be fireworks politically in the state of Telangana going into elections soon. A quick break to stay with us. On the other side is our fact check segment.
You are watching India Today, powered by Finest, Be Sustainable Change, a BNP Group company.
At the epicenter of the India-Canada diplomatic storm, India Today outside the Gurudwara in Surrey, in Canada's British Columbia province, where Hardeep Singh Nijjar, designated as a terrorist by India, was shot dead by two men in hoodie sweatshirts on June 18th. India Today, the first Indian media to reach this location for authentic ground reporting. Contrary to Canadian news reports, we found that Khalistani flags and posters targeting Indian diplomats have not been removed from the Gurudwara building.
On the very other side of the Gurdwara gates, a poster very clearly calling for the assassination of Indian diplomats still very much outside the Gurdwara. While they may have removed a couple of the posters, the rest very clearly still exist right here.
The first Indian origin minister of Canada, Ujjal Dosanjh, is a disturbed man today.
So there's a view that he actually said this, one, to distract people from all of the bad polling numbers he's had and the housing shortage and all those economic difficulties Canada is having. So this was a distraction act. I don't think that he did this to enamor himself with the Khalistanis. I mean, this is a very drastic step on the part of the Prime Minister. You have to believe people at some point.
The Lakshmi Narayan temple in Surrey was vandalized in August.
मंदिर के फ्रंट गेट पर जाकर उन्होंने पोस्टर चिपकाए जिसमें वो एडवोकेट कर रहे थे कि मर्डर ऑफ हाई कमिश्नर ऑफ इंडिया एज वेल एज कॉन्सुलेट जनरल ऑफ टोरंटो एंड वैंकूवर उनके मर्डर के बारे में प्रोपोगेट कर रहे थे तो वो एक तरह की एक इंडिकेशन है टू टेरराइज द पब्लिक.
Not so affluent migrants of Indian origin in Canada strongly feel the rift between Sikhs and Hindus are growing wider day by day.
कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं, सिर्फ 5% लोग हैं, वो पंजाब में भी हैं, वो यहाँ पर भी हैं, इनको कोई सपोर्ट नहीं करता, सिर्फ 5% लोग हैं, इनका बिजनेस है, तो उस समय आते हैं, लोगों को बेवकूफ बनाकर चंदा इकट्ठा करते और वापस अपने अपने घर पे चले जाते हैं.
Immigration to Canada has been the golden ticket to most for a better life. Most of them have no link to extremism or radicalism, but the criminal and terrorist activities of few have caused pain for these immigrants. Bureau Report, India Today.
Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices. Amplify your brand with 100 million smart internet viewers. To advertise, mail us at sales@aajtak.com.
You are
watching Fact Check segment where we bust fake news. Shah Rukh Khan's upcoming movie Donkey is reportedly going to clash with Prabhas Salar, both of which are slated to release on 22nd December this year. Social media is rife with speculations that Donkey is allegedly a remark of a Malayalam movie named CIA, Comrade in America. Amid this, a video of SRK walking through a crowd and angrily pushing someone is making the rounds on social media. Those sharing the video claimed that SRK slapped a fan in the crowd for claiming that Donkey is a remake of a Malayalam movie. India Today found that this video dates back to September 2016 and has no links to Donkey. A reverse search of keyframes from the viral video led us to an article dated 20th September 2016, carrying an extended version of the video in question. According to it, this incident took place in Amsterdam, where SRK manhandled one of his fans, who tried coming too close to him. In the full video, Khan could be seen clicking photos with the other people in the crowd after the scuffle. The video was shared back in September 2016. Thus, it is clear that a video of a 7-year-old incident was falsely linked to Shah Rukh Khan's upcoming movie Donkey. This fact check on viral fake news is done by India Today's team Afwa. With that, a quick break. Stay with us for the latest news and updates. This is AI Sana signing off.
You are watching India Today, powered by Finest. Be Sustainable Change, a BNP Group company.
So how does AI diagnostics really work? Which are the machines that are being used to predict how well you're really going to be? Now, India Today visited some of these labs across the country that are predicting how well you will be in the near future. They are doing these scans and these tests, studying data, and data analytics really is at the heart of predictive analysis. Take a look at this report.
Cervical cancer develops in a woman's cervix, that's the entrance to the uterus from the vagina. Almost all cervical cancer cases, that's 99% of them, are linked to infection with high-risk human papillomaviruses or HPV, an extremely common virus transmitted through sexual contact. It can be easily prevented as it has a long precancerous phase, which can be detected if women screen themselves regularly. Screening for cervical cancer using colposcopy. During a colposcopy, the doctor closely studies the cervix with a colposcope, a special magnifying instrument with a bright light that allows for quick and accurate diagnosis. AI-based dual fluorescent colposcope, which uses blue light in addition to regular light, increases visibility and accurately identifies early stages of cancer. This is a highly sensitive screening tool. The AI-powered machine for its early analysis for leukemia is AI 100, the flagship product of Sigtuple, an Indian firm that builds AI-powered software to analyze medical imaging data.
Our first product, it's called AI 100 with Shonit. AI 100 is the digital microscope, automated digital microscope, which is also AI-driven. And Shonit is the AI-driven analyzer for blood smears. These blood smears are reviewed to detect various kind of disorders like blood cancers, different types of infections, anemias, and so on and so forth. So the Shonit actually automatically detects the different types of cells in blood, the white blood cells, red blood cells, platelets, and categorizes them into different classes and subclasses, normal and abnormal, and presents that result to the pathologist for review remotely.
The Delhi headquartered Dr. Dang Lab is mastering allergy diagnostics. They've introduced Allergenius DX, an advanced